Start of part 4, how Zuckerberg and Facebook puts us all at risk to increase stock value and personal wealth. More Nigerian scammers. Okay, here's somebody named Uranta Jonathan. And in the group Bangkok Singles, hello, am from USA. So am, starting a sentence with am again. And this is a Asian looking girl, could be Thai. You can't really see many features of her face. And if you look at her profile here, it's locked. You can't look at her photos or videos or friends or anything like that. But she didn't hide her check-ins. There's only one, and it's in Nigeria. So this person, who am from USA and lives, I forget where, I think it's on the next page, had a check-in, went to Nigeria for lunch one day. So I posted here again, fake Americans can speak English. Jonathan is a man's name, always. We don't work in London and check in Nigeria. So on the top of this, you can see the page is set up correctly for Jonathan Uranta. And this might be somebody using their own profile and just trying to get away with using their own name to send a greeting into Bangkok Singles, or it could be that they set up a new account. So on the right, you can see, I reported it to Facebook. But of course, nothing that you submit to Facebook is ever going to get, discovered and deleted. On the upper right, you can see we received your report of Uranta Jonathan. Thanks for letting us know. Doesn't go against one of our specific community standards. You can request a review, and I did, and got the same message back. It doesn't go against community standards. More Nigerian scammers. Okay, here's a guy named Ernest Joseph, and the account was set up by a guy named Ernest Okonkwo, which is a Nigerian name. And this profile is locked. You can't see any friends, or you can't see the about page or the posts. Nothing is available except for friends are available. And so are check-ins. And on the left, this person checked into a place in Abia. I don't know. There's a place in like the county or state of Aba, or whatever. It's in Aba, Nigeria. So I don't know which one's a city and which. I guess the city is Aba and the state is Abia. So Nigeria says check-in here, and under the friends you can see friends are from Nigeria, and on the right you can see I reported it, and the fake profile button's gone here, so I use fraud or scam, and naturally it came back they didn't find anything. More Nigerian scammers. So here's a guy named Alex Richard, and I don't know what group this came from. And you can see on the top of the screen, the name is hidden here because they displayed their name as a number, which is something you can do under settings in Facebook. But you can see this guy's profile looks kind of normal. On the middle screen, you can see he's from Miami. He lives in Dubai, not impossible. And he went to the University of Oxford. So everybody goes to the University of Oxford if you're Nigerian. So anyways, he's from Miami. He lives in the United Emirates. But one day he decided to bop into Lagos, Nigeria for some ice cream. And that's in the check-in section. More total nonsense from Nigerian scammers. What a surprise. More Nigerian scammers. So, Monica Clara with a big Bitcoin background. Guess what? When you see that, just run. All these people promise you big returns on your Bitcoin investments. A person named Monica Clara, but the actual name is Precious Yude from Nigeria. And has a check-in there where, Onitsha, Nigeria. So more nonsense. A person named Precious using their own profile, change their name and their photo to Monica Clara and trying to scam you on some kind of Bitcoin deal here. And, you have to report this for something else because there's nothing that matches, and you get, thanks for your feedback. It doesn't go against our community standards, but you can see your options here. And I requested a review, and guess what happens after the review? Comes back, doesn't go against one of our specific community standards. More Nigerian scammers. Okay, here's somebody named Betty Joe posting in a group in Singapore, Vietnam, Thailand, Southeast Asia, maybe in Cambodia. Hello, I'm new here looking for a serious relationship, a girl with huge balls of fat, and that'll get a lot of replies from guys who are into that kind of stuff. But you can see as soon as this was posted, there's 134 comments here when I snagged it. And, these are all Bitcoin scams coming immediately after this thing was posted. And you can see, on the middle picture and the right picture, all Bitcoin stuff, So this profile was set up, and then immediately a bunch of other people, Polo, somebody, John, let's see, Leon, somebody on the right, Rajan on the top on the right. So everybody's, trying to scam you out of money. So this is all a related group. So somebody gets a profile set up, they're all in a room together, and then other people jump in and, give their Bitcoin scams. So I looked at the profile. Here's Betty Joe. Here's a picture of her. And if you can see the pictures in the middle, Google was able to find a bunch of pictures, and they're all different names. So what does that mean? That means that this Nigerian scammer, Sunshine Yisa, you can see on the upper left, this scammer used the same profile to set up this photo to set up a bunch of different profiles. So this is another case of one Nigerian scammer setting up, maybe 50, maybe 100 different profiles using the same photo. And on the right, you can see Betty Jane and all of her, or Betty Joe and all of her friends in Nigeria. So more Nigerian nonsense, more craziness. And here you can see on the left, I added a little picture of the profile photos that I found here, and I said scam profile created just for scams. Friends are Nigerian, pics are stolen. I reported it to Facebook for fraud or scam, and it came back. We received your report of Betty Joe, and guess what? They didn't find anything. Nothing goes against their policies and procedures. Because why? Because Zuckerberg doesn't want to lose any profiles. He doesn't care if they're scams. More Nigerian scammers. So here's somebody named Holly Mary Earl in Vietnam dating again, which is, a group that's almost all fake profiles. And you can see on the profile photo, the main profile on the right, set up by Emanuela Edward. There's a main profile photo of her plus another one. And I looked up her main profile photo and couldn't find it, but the second photo here came back as a bunch of different names. So anytime you see this, when you see that Google finds the other photos, but they're all different names, that means that this Nigerian scammer used the same photo for multiple accounts, and they're all over the place. So here's a Nigerian scammer, Emanuela Edward, who's been getting away with setting up fake accounts for a long time now. Google just found the photos for most of them, and if you could, or if you wanted to, you could go in and look for, Brittany Macklin or Noah, whatever, or BB. You can look for them under Facebook and find that they're members of other groups. So this is just a big scam after scam after scam. And here, this was old enough to where it did have the fake account button, so I reported it, and I got back. It says an update on your report. We received a profile you reported and found that it doesn't go against any of our community standards. This is an old message because now it says it doesn't go against our specific community standards. And there were options there for a review. I wanted a review, and on the right you can say we reviewed your report. Okay. So, and that came back, guess what? It doesn't go against our specific community standards. More Nigerian scammers. Connor Watterson, this is the other person that they reviewed from the previous page. Hello, am new here, starting a sentence with am, in a Vietnam dating group and a white girl. And here, most profile information is hidden except for friends, and if you scroll down the page far enough, you're going to see a bunch of Nigerian people. And Connor Watterson, blonde looking, probably American profile. All the friends are in Nigeria. Not very likely. So, more on Connor Watterson. This was set up by It's Purity Rich. So, Nigerian, went to New York University, and obviously at New York University, studied oil and gas and chemical process industry because that's where she works. Of course, New York University doesn't have any oil and gas classes, so that's not going to happen. And comments put you at risk for hate speech. So here's another one where I said, fake as hell, more Nigerian nonsense. Of course, New York University does not have oil and gas processing classes. Photos are stolen from Dylan Harper. Real name is Purity, and all of her friends are Nigerian. Report this profile. So here again, I reported this, and of course, nothing happened. More Nigerian scammers. So again, in the group Vietnam is awesome. Or this is another Vietnamese group. Same thing though, a lot of fake profiles. So this is a person named Sharpillo Uma, and just posted God is willing. And if you go into Sharpillo Uma's photo or main profile, the main profile photo actually looks like the girl on the left, but the other one looks like a different girl. I don't know. And this one lives in Atlantic City, New Jersey, studied at Rutgers. Kind of looks normal on this page, except for, and the profile is actually set up under the person's right name, Sharpillo Uma. Then if you search for photos, the main profile photo, you can see different names here. Keys, which means again that this person Sharpillo Uma stole this photo and used it in a bunch of different accounts because Google just found this photo all over the place, and there's different names, so that means it's being used everywhere by Nigerian scammers. And of course I reported this message. We received a report of Sharpillo Uma, and it doesn't go against any of our community standards. More Nigerian scammers. So here in Vietnam dating, here's a kind of Vietnamese looking guy. My name is John James. Well, Moon Walters, somebody, some Nigerian forgot and put two different names in here. So the person's either Moon Walters or John. Hello, my name is John James. That's probably just cut and pasted from the last profile that they faked, and that was a profile named John James, and they just copied it into Moon Walters. And if you look at the profile, yeah, Asian looking guy, could be in Vietnam dating. Do you know Moon? And it's set up by a guy named Calvin Ebire, an African name. And if you look at, this is kind of crazy. These are check-ins. No, these are likes. Vietnam, Algeria, Kuwait, farmers market in Miami. So just more Nigerian nonsense. Nothing in this profile is, makes any sense at all. Submitted to Facebook for review. Thanks for your feedback. It doesn't go against any of our specific community standards. So, like I said, Zuckerberg doesn't want any profiles to be deleted. So Calvin Ibire will just, change his profile photos to somebody else and make up a new name for tomorrow. More Nigerian scammers. So this is on a site called Filipina and Panay Seeking Love and Marriage. A guy named Ali Raza, who was a Pakistani or Indian looking dude with some F-16 fighter jets in the background. So here, as soon as somebody posts this greeting in Filipina and Panay, by the way, is another name for Filipinas, seeking love and marriage. So this guy sets it up, and right away, total BS. The only place your ass is flying the F-16 is in Tucson, Arizona. So the guy looked up the picture. So he grabbed these photos of F-16s in the background in Tucson, and he's wearing some kind of military thing here from somewhere else. And here's another guy with a big hook and a fish. This is not your real pic because I know who you are. So this is a person, Mercedita Valenzuela. So this is probably a Filipina lady who he talked to before. And she knows who he is. This is not your real pic because I know you. And then if you scroll down the page, all kinds of people saying poser, he lies, fake, good luck, fake. Everybody agrees that this is a fake profile, fake, Pa Moreman. That was fake before I called him, but he wasn't the one in the photo. Crazy. So, as soon as he posts this, there's all kinds of, if you scroll down, all kinds of comments about the fake profile. Do third-party idiots ever look at what the group members post? No, they don't. So if you post this as a, something other than fake profile, because that's gone now, and this is more recent, this is October 25th of 2020, if you report it and bots say it doesn't go against our community standards and you request a review, is the reviewer ever going to look and see that everybody thinks that this guy is fake? They know he's fake. No, because, reviewers are unemployable idiots. They don't know anything. They don't know how to do their job, which is to review the complaint. Now here's a look at the guy's profile where he's, got the F-16s in the background. So he lives in Lahore, Pakistan. He went to the Punjab group of colleges. He works at eBay. So anyways, I reported it. Up on the top, you can see I reported it as fraud or scam, report received. And then on the right, you can see there's two different replies coming back on the same guy. We received a report of Ali Riza. That's on the bottom. And then that's 14 hours ago. 2 hours later, 12 hours ago, we have an update. We reviewed it because I asked for a review. And guess what? It doesn't go against our specific community standards. So it doesn't matter whether you ask for a review or not. You're going to get the same canned message coming back. It doesn't go against one of our specific community standards. And the reviewers, did they bother? Keep in mind, I didn't report the profile. I reported the posting on the previous page with hundreds of people saying this guy's fake. So what kind of a reviewer would not find that fake? Somebody smoking crack, or somebody that doesn't know what the hell they're doing, or somebody who is doing exactly what Zuckerberg wants them to do, and that's never delete a profile. More Nigerian scammers. Doctors, that's another common thing. Military people and doctors, never seen a legitimate one. I'm new here. I'm 39 years. Guy's name is Goodwin Gerard, and he's posting in the group Singapore, Vietnam, Thai, Malaysian, Cambodia, KR, Korean Republic, and Japan. So this is a new group. Somebody reports right away, scammer, you will find nothing. And down the page, your name tags say you're a poser. So the name tag on the doctor's uniform doesn't match the name. So here again, everybody's thinking fake, 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 and here's another blue arrow that you see for some kind of financial scam. Others are earning $7,400 in less than a week. Again, do these uneducated, unqualified third-party idiots ever look at what group members say? No, because you report this and bots say it doesn't go against community standards, and then you request a review, and what do the reviewers ever do? By orders of Facebook, nothing now. They even took away the fake profile button. And here's good one, Gerard's profile. You can see it was set up by somebody named Chinaza Mercy Okam, African name. Where did he go to school? At the African College, the University of Oxford. Where does he work? He works at a list of famous engineers. So they don't even know how to look up organizations. If he's, find some kind of engineering organization instead of a list of engineers. And on the right, where are all of his friends? They're all black. They're, a couple of them here. Aka is in Nigeria, works at student. Let's see. None of them say specifically, but you can drill into these profiles of the friends and see that they're all in Africa. So, Gerard has all African friends. More Nigerian scammers. Musraf Faridi posting in the same group. I am Dr. Roland Brown from Los Angeles. So make up your mind here, dude. What's your name? Mustafa Faridi or Dr. Roland Brown? It's not both. So here you can see the profile is set up by somebody named Mushraf. Oh, it's Mushraf Faridi. And also Dr. Roland Brown is on the profile. Make up your name. Make up your mind, guy. So here's a guy who's from Los Angeles, but he lives in Yemen, and he's a consultant at neurosurgeon. Lives in Yemen. You see that every day where Mushraf Faridi, Roland Brown from California lives in Yemen. More Nigerian nonsense. And if you look up the name or the picture here, this didn't come from Pinterest or any other social media site. It's a Venezuelan doctor. The guy stole his photos. And if you look down, friends, 0 American friends, even though this guy lives in America. No friends are American, and most of the profiles hidden. 658 friends, none of them American. So this is the end of part 4. So part 5 is going to be the same thing, more ways to recognize Nigerian scammers and more examples of reporting fake profiles, which is going to have 0 effect. Nothing's going to be done. If you request a review, nothing's going to be done because that's what Zuckerberg wants. Zuckerberg doesn't want his total number of active users to go down, ever. Thanks for your time.